Hi dear ones, this is Ouassima Issrae. I hope you are doing well. So coming back again with this language of the soul and how words get our inspirations out. How can we share that to the world? But today I want to focus on the different languages, human languages. And so bringing this tag, if you want to participate, I would love to see if you have tags in different languages and how that impacts your reading, impacts your life. And I'm gonna start right away with the first tag, the French tag. I'm Rita. And so I speak French. So I speak Arabic, French, English, and so on other languages, a bit of them. But French is a language I'm very familiar with. And Marie-Christine Chambon is a great teacher. She was teaching in my school for some years, and she's a painter, she's an alchemist, she's a healer, she's an amazing soul. And this, her latest deck, this one, she has another deck called Omrazai, also beautiful. Are paintings of soul paintings. They are inspired, they are high vibrational, they bring this wisdom to us, and the deck in itself has this connection, the ability to connect us to all our ancestors, connecting us to the oneness, to unity, and bringing values such as peace, truth, love again. So the deck is in French, of course, and it's very deep. You know, in the guidebook, you have keywords, you have the message of the soul, and more profoundly, if you want to dive deeper with this one. But it's like just using these cards every day, putting them on your desk, letting them inhabit you, shine with you, in you. And sometimes you can even use like this Google Translate apps to get, like the meaning of the word. We have these amazing apps that are available that makes things easier, isn't it? But this one is high vibrational. This is what I mean. You don't need to know the language to use it, embrace it. But still, the guidebook, if you get the chance to read it, it has this depth in it. And the poetry, French are known for their poetry as well. And it would be a plus if you can grasp and get that spirit of the card from Marie-Christine. So for our card, for example, here we have La Louve, which is the wolf, and female animal, power animal, spiritual and mysterious. And here it's really interesting to see the autumn. We are approaching the autumn. So what does it have? What does it have to say for us? What does it bring? I mean, this is crazy. I just opened the book and it's there. So this is magical. And so here she's bringing that spiritual guide, serious, the inner call, and the message of the soul. So I'm gonna share with you. In my center, in my profound calmness, a call, like a song, shining or bringing brought out of me, a guide, constantly bringing me towards the light of my soul, there where gold and silver are mixing together, there where my soul is fulfilled. And this is the message of the wolf. And here you have more profoundly. Really enjoy this. So I'm gonna keep this aside to read it more after. So it's quite a new deck. You can find it on Amazon, I think. It's already available for the US. Another deck that I want to share. So this is French. I want to share an English deck because this is a language that I'm quite familiar with, and I just received it. It's the Tempest Tarot deck. So this deck is an indie one, and I've been waiting for aeons to have it. And then I discovered that, we have it mass market. So I right away went to order it, and I'm in love. I am just exploring it slowly, gently, and it reminds me a bit of the Wild Unknown, but it has a different energy in it. Of course, English is a language I really love, even more than French, to be honest. I consider it as an open language, one that makes me feel creative, open to the world. I read a lot in English and I am able to communicate with my clients all over. I translated some books, some of my books in English as well. I took classes of journalism, English and journalism, and much more. And I feel with my ability to not being able to focus, whether it's through, like Lyme disease or wherever, English is easier for me than French. The constitution of the words and so much more. So anything produced in English is easy for me. So it brings that easiness of connection. Great deck. Another language that is close to my heart is the Arabic. And I have created this deck with the book that comes with it, which is Oriental Mysteries. And also I created this one. I want to share them both together because they came quite at the same time. I have my old version here, and you can find it in Printer Studio, I think. But anyways, the Arabic. So this one focuses on the Arabic letters, and this one focuses on the 99 sacred powers, and of the divine. I don't want to say it of God, but of the divine. And while the Arabic letters and numbers have been part of my life, I feel that I didn't get to know them until later in my life. I had the chance to translate some books and manuscripts when I was at the university, but still it's as if I didn't know the real meaning, the real connection of the letters. And by receiving this amazing guidance about them, I knew, oh my goodness, the wisdom they have, the sacredness they have, and I am still amazed. It's as if you are opening a mystery book, and that's why I felt that this was a mystery book that has the the keys of the universe in it. Still exploring it, I can tell you. I've been working on this project for, 6-7 years now, and I'm still learning. At the same time, knowing the Arabic letters made me see also the sacred powers, the sacred words that the oneness has, and bringing that forward and using them as keywords, but also as energies to bring in my field is quite powerful. There are some, for example, Al-Quddus, which is all pure, sacred, holy. This is a powerful word. And when I say the holy, if I say it Al-Quddus, you see the difference in vibration. And so I believe that the letters, they change, even if it's the same word, they change through the languages, and sometimes they are more powerful in some than others. And so Al-Khaliq, the creator of the universe. You see, your connection with the language makes the words more powerful, I believe. And so I enjoy having this one. I use it for my clients and give them also some words to use as mudras, mantras for many days to empower them, heal them, and so much more. They are still used in the Arabic world as healing sacred words. Now we are going to travel to Portugal. So very interesting, because this deck here is the landscape tarot deck. I found it just before I go on a trip, and I don't remember if it was to Ireland, but the connection to nature, the love for these colors and paysage, is made me want to understand the cards better, because sometimes they are not that clear. And so I had to go through the book to know what it talks about, and we became friends with Portuguese. I found it really hard to learn Portuguese. It's harder than Spanish, and it's because we love the same thing. we came to we came to love kind of uh, you know, the same words, you know, giulgiamento, uros. I'm for sure I don't have the best pronunciation of Portuguese, but still, you know, I care about just doing the minimum probably in this language. Still, we became friends at the end. Um, I believe that finding the best thing you love to start learning the language is what we have to do. Maybe we need to introduce that in school a little bit more. You know, like, what is it that we love? Drawing, movies. How many people I see have learned English from movies or Korean or other languages because they love that. And so they open their perception, they open their memory, and everything gets learned so much easier. The next deck that I will share with you is Spanish. And so I got this deck in, let me remember, was it? I think in Barcelona. El Tarot de los Dioses Egiptos or Egyptios. I'm talking Portuguese now. I love Spanish. I had the chance to work in Spain many years ago. Oops, sorry. And this deck, while I don't use it really at the moment, I'm really not using it at all. I found it interesting that it's talking about Egypt. And it's bringing Egypt here. And so, yes, it's in Spanish, but at the same time, it's Spanish. You know, there is in Madrid, I think, there is this temple in the middle of the city, and I visited it, and it connected me. When I got inside, I felt that I was next to the Nile. I could swear I traveled to the Nile that day. Temples travel through time, allow traveling through time and space. And this is what language also allows us, is to travel with our imagination. Even when you don't understand some languages, you know, many of us use the light language, and I didn't bring the light language here. It could be even added. I think that would be a good idea. But we don't understand all we receive, but there is an energy into the words that is transmitted. And so, yes, Egypt in Spain, isn't it surprising to find these two linked together in this way? And so there is this lady, I've forgotten the name of, she wrote a book about the dragons, the dragon line, and she did a research about the temples, the ancient temples in northern Spain and southern France, also speaking a lot about the connection with the Egyptian civilization. Very interesting. So, all right, let's see. What else do I have? So we talked about, oh yes, of course. I brought in here one of the decks that I'm trying, probably will be selling, 4 Seasons Huatu Oracle deck. This is a Korean deck. The Korean influence in my life, I wouldn't say, I would say Korean Asiatic, let's say Korean Japanese maybe. But the Koreans, I came to know about them. I've never been there yet, but I came to know more about them through the cinema and the drama and the art. They have the fashion, their shamanism, and much more. Great, I would call it civilization. But having watched many of their movies and things and read about them, I came to feel close to them and close to their way of seeing the world, even if, you know, we might not agree with it, we might not live the same thing, but it's kind of like there is some affinity on some aspects that I felt. And having their oracle decks has been kind of nice adventure because, you know, it's kind of like getting back into those scenes and being part of them, not only just watching but becoming an active actor in them. And so this is what these oracle decks and tarot decks from Korea allowed me to do. Even if I might separate myself from them, the art is amazing. I really love it, but I feel I'm getting away from this to probably learn more about other cultures. I'm a lot at the moment with the indigenous teachings and the shamanic practice. So we will see how that goes. And before I finish, one of the last texts and languages I would share German. So I don't speak necessarily German, but having this kind of oracle deck, tarot deck that I just received, was sharing about it in my other video. And I have other German decks, and being in Europe, is kind of like the territory is open for us to receive decks from other languages. It could be Italian, could be any other language. Of course, Italian, I didn't bring the sports, the ancient tarot decks. I'm not remembering the name now, but I have some Italian tarot decks. So we are open, and the what I love about this deck, I want to keep it this way, probably bringing it to be a teacher deck. So the colors, as I said before, the allowing a different grasping information differently from the same deck. But because I know the cards, I don't need the German aspect, but still it's as if you are traveling somewhere and you are with people speaking different languages, but you love the same thing. And I think this is important for learning a new language and understanding it, loving its passion, common passion. This would be so good for our kids to learn this way, seeing what they love and bringing the language. How many people, watch as I said, like English or movies or so on. So you get to know the culture and the language so much easily. And so passion and love is the easiest way to learn a language and anything else, I would say. But also what's very interesting, I noticed that, and you can see that the ability to be open in the world and speak different languages allow us to have some decks with a different price. So this deck, I saw it first when I was in Sweden, and it was at a huge price, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna keep it for another day. For a teaching deck, I wouldn't spend that much. But then I found it in German, and it was half the price. And so why this change of price for the same deck? Probably printing modalities and prices and so on, but there is something into this that is deeper. Doesn't mean that our purchase, and you can see that on some websites, when you get interested in some things, the prices keep going up because you are interested in it. And I don't think this is a fair trade. Sometimes we do it to sell our cards, but on the long run, we can do it to everything. If you are interested in something, the price should be fixed and that's it. I wouldn't higher the price just because you are interested in it and you clicked on it many times in a week. I don't know if you noticed this, but I mean, this way of doing business, I really don't believe it is kind of fair. And yeah, so that's what makes me think that maybe English, knowing more languages, is definitely important in the future, not only for budget purposes, but also to discover the hidden aspects of the world. When you go somewhere, you see the real thing. It's not just what they say in the news. You see the real thing, and language allows us to do that, to discover other facets. And isn't it the same job of tarot, discovering different facets? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and looking forward to discover yours. Wishing you a great day and much love.